You hungry? Welcome to day 107. Okay. Still a lot of flies, not as many as yesterday. That's my weather update for today, because there were so many flies yesterday that they were part of the environment. They were part of the weather system. Real plan today is just to walk all day through the woods. The next town of any real consequence, or the next locality, excuse me, it's called Halmstad. So it's got that term stad in it, which is no longer relevant, but it's part of the name. Is still about 40 miles away. So at the rate we're going lately, it'll take about a week, but hopefully it'll take about 2 days. Plan today is to try to get as far as possible. Hi, buddy. We had fun meeting some Germans yesterday. Maybe we'll run into them again one day. For now, let's see where this trail takes us. Another former train station. Confirms my suspicion that this used to be a railway. Apparently, these are all that remains, that hill is all that remains of an old castle from the 15th century. So reading about it last night on Google. You can see castle ruin. Okay, it was built in the 1300s, and then it was burnt down in 1434. Never rebuilt. Didn't have a very long life. There's the old train station itself. Evidently, it's now a private residence. Very wet. Here's what remains of the moat. You can sort of see it right there. And I think this is the castle, but you can't see anything but earth, not even any stone foundations. I don't know if they just didn't want to excavate that deep, if it was mostly built out of earth and timber. They had nice views though back then. I'm imagining the views got slightly less nice when they saw the foreign body of enemies that were coming to destroy their castle. Google reviews are accurate. Not really much to see besides the mound of what once was. But it's crazy to think that 700 years ago, there were soldiers here and people lived here and built fires and cooked and sewed and lived their lives here. Look at that blue on the water. Whew. There was exactly one restaurant in between me and Halmstad, which, as I mentioned, is still about 40 miles away. And it was this one. Closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. Today's Monday. Kind of a big bummer. The food looked good. Look at those frosted tips. You ready to go, buddy? He's always ready to go. He likes snaps, but he's always ready to go. It's just the best companion. We've made it about 7 miles so far. I've only gotten a few sprinkles. Now this is what pre-rain looks and feels like. So next opportunity I see to find a roof, I'm taking it. Hopefully there'll be like a bus stop or something. Let's see. There's a bus stop with a shelter. It's raining. As soon as the rain started coming down, and we got here. Chances are, because we did make it to this one, it'll barely rain at all. But I'm hoping to see it just pour down buckets so I can just be like, we made it, perfect timing. It just feels good. It just feels good. You hear that? You see that? Did it. We did it. It feels so good to have made it. Oh, yes. Rain all you want. We are dry. This one even has walls, so you don't have to like worry about huddling in one corner that's farthest away from wherever the wind is blowing. We are walled in except for the entryway. I'm gonna make a more comfy spot for Jack. Welcome to Jedholtz. It's an honor to bring you here with me. Woohoo! Building has not only the grocery store, but also a library and a little cafe that I'm hoping is open, even though it kind of doesn't look like it is. 11:30 to 1 and 8 to 9. It is 3 o'clock. I also got this cool outdoor seating area. Upstairs. There's a lot of Icas. This is the chain, Ica, marked grocery stores. This is the only one I've seen with the library cafe thing combo. I always get pink ladies. Those are my favorite apples. That's where I've been putting the stickers because I don't know where to put trash really. Come here.
Ja.
Normally when I'm at home, he doesn't normally wear a collar because he doesn't run away. He doesn't go. He just stays with me. But when we're walking on the roads, so I'm walking to Spain, I have him on the leash sometimes just to make sure he doesn't walk away. Yeah. So we have to walk on a lot of roads. So sometimes I have him on the leash just so he doesn't go in front of the cars when he's wandering around.
I think you have I see many come has alone.
Yeah.
In Missy, we have had a song so Missy.
This is Sweden's midsummer traditional song.
Jättesmå grodorna.
And the more drunk you are, the better it is to sing and to dance.
Yep.
Very friendly. Unfortunately, we talked for so long that my ice cream melted. Small price to pay. Got our water bottles filled back up, got our bellies filled back up, got our walking stance back up. We're back up and we're ready to go. Whee! Farewell, Leadholt. Hello, empty road. Except for that car. Hi. Bet you can't guess what's happening right now. I know I said I'd stop complaining about the water, but this is why I have trust issues with the National Weather Service or any weather service. It's supposed to be sunny today. Well, Fatso. You got places to go. If you had one chance or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, would you capture it or just let it slip? You hungry? Look at this lawn. Oh, it's cushy. This uniform. Somebody has pride in his lawn. Actually, I know who somebody is. His name is Johnny. We were just walking by. He invited us for a lemonade and a hamburger, which is perfect. So I was looking for a place to give Jack his dinner. As you can see, Jack is very excited about the prospect of his dinner. Aren't you, Jack? This dude loves food.
Eller Basarosa in Sweden. It's a Smålands place, and we have a visitor here who's a wonderful person, and nice to be here.
He's a film director. He's very good.
What do you think with come with us in the Basaros?
What do I think of the what?
Yeah, come to us to Johnny and Tobbe in the Basaros.
I don't know what that means, to be honest.
How do you feel you come to the Basaros?
To the Basaros?
Yeah,
Is that this place?
Yes.
Oh, I feel very good.
Because Johnny is a really good Swede.
I know.
Ja.
Don't let him destroy your camera. We're no man.
Va?
We are a woman.
Ja, men vi har inte det riktiga män.
Swedish hillbillies. Right?
Så, sit. No. Sit.
Jack,
Sit.
sit. Good. Stay.
Ja, varsågod.
Okay, go.
Ja, varsågod.
Good boy. Those guys were characters. I'm just going to tell you one of the very many funny things they did. The first guy that invited me in was named Johnny, and his friend is named Tobias. Johnny was a carpenter whose pension started today. Now he's a pensioner. He was very excited about that. And Tobias works in a milk producing company. Johnny said to please his wife, to help her, he got a surgery on his throat so he wouldn't snore anymore. But it has made him more prone to swallowing water down the wrong pipe. And so that happened while we were talking. He took a drink, started choking, and after like 20 seconds when he hadn't breathed in at all, I was starting to get kind of worried. I was like, do I need to do something here? He got up, started walking around, hadn't breathed in yet. He was turning purple, dark red purple. The veins on his neck were huge. And eventually Tobias, he kept going, yeah, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. It's been like a solid 45 seconds. Pius gets up and starts rhythmically like hitting his back, and he cleared it. And as he started finally breathing, he started dancing to the beat that Tobias was whacking on his back. And then as soon as he gets start breathing, he started singing. I don't know what song it was, but it was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. I'd like to thank Eminem for providing our entertainment tonight. You better lose yourself. You know, in those first 2 weeks, I felt like I had a fair number of moments like this, where everything was just sort of unbelievably perfect. I don't know if you can hear that right now. Just the total lack of anything besides an occasional bug and an occasional bird. It is so quiet, and that light just affects me. This late afternoon light over the grasses and the farm fields and the trees, and it's just so green. These are the kind of moments you can't buy. You can't create them. You can't make them happen no matter how strong you are or rich you are. But what you can do is try to find them, try to let them come to you. Man, I love them. And it's nice to get a few more moments like this after what I'll admit was a pretty obnoxious couple of weeks where I just felt like I couldn't escape this perpetual gloom of rain and wet and cold. So it's really nice to have a feel like this. Clearly a foundation, right? Makes you wonder how long ago it fell. All right, we're getting attacked by little gnats. Very, very small, but very, very bitey. Look at this gorgeous forest we found. So it gets really mossy over there, and then it's really leafy right here. So it's, I don't know, this is like a little grove of not pine trees surrounded by pine trees. It's just a very interesting dichotomy that I've been checking out. So I saw the opening into the woods, and it's 9:30, looking for a place to sleep. I think we're gonna go for it. This is pretty flat and pretty nice. Maybe we'll go like right here. This looks pretty good, yeah. Very flat, very good. I think we're gonna go grab the cart and set up the tent as fast as possible so I stop getting eaten alive. I'm only about halfway done setting up. You're heavy. Ow. Oh, you've got elbows on you. We're still in the forest where we slept, packed up. I just shoved a bunch of chocolate in my mouth, really smart. We're gonna get out of here. There's like 10 trillion gnats. They sting. So I'm gonna go to the road and then we'll chat some more. Somebody's eager to get going. We are about 20 miles from Halmstad, which is right on the west coast of Sweden, and is our next destination. Unfortunately, it's already almost 1 o'clock. We took a real leisurely morning. Sometimes that just happens. But I'm hoping we can actually possibly get there today because there's really not anything in between us and there, which means nothing to get distracted by, nothing to look at, nothing to talk to. Just steady rolling. We'll see. 20 miles, that's our goal today. Enjoy the view of Jack's butt. Are you something of an exhibitionist? Always putting your butt on camera? Huh? He was a skater boy. That's a small horse, by the way. And for reference. Actually, I have a better reference. Jack for reference. That horse probably weighs like 3 times as much as Jack. But shoulder-wise, close. Jack, come on. Let's go. This guy's got an awesome workshop. Actually, he's in there, workshopping. Jack, where are you going? Where are you going? You ready? Come on. Come on. Can't keep my hands to myself. Hey, buddy. You make a lot of noises, don't you? Come here. Yeah, you make a lot of noises. How did you get up there? Do you just like to jump? You a jumper? Okay, come on, jumper. Those 3 kids right there, one of them graduated from high school 4 days ago. Their names are William, and Dexter. I always forget to record people when I'm talking to them because when I'm talking to them, I don't know. I'm just bad at it. I told them they should join a law firm, start a law firm called William and Dexter because that's what it sounds like. 2 of the kids are named William. It's not like one of them was named William. There are these little huts that I've been sleeping in a lot, or not a lot. I wish I was a lot in Sweden. But I've been experiencing a real drought of them lately. I just haven't found any very often for a long time. I've passed like a dozen today. I didn't even bother looking last night because I just had given up hope on them existing. Apparently this area is just littered with them. There's a really nice one right there. I can barely see it, but it doesn't really matter. But it's really nice. It's got picnic tables, it's got trash cans. It looks like it's a bathroom and docks and everything, but it has that characteristic shelter quality. Never give up hope that it's just like gonna be impossible. Always keep trying. There's always a life lesson we learned, right? Oh, Jack. Is there always a life? Yeah, he agrees. Made it. Well, there was a restaurant here, a little pizzeria like they've got, but they wouldn't let Jack onto the porch, which is a real bummer because I was hungry, but it's too hot for him in the sun. He's all black, so he gets hot really easily. And there was really no shade around besides the covered porch, which you'd think would be sort of ideal. So I was like, oh, I can't bring him up like outside, still outside. Like, no dog. All right, well then, that's okay, we'll go. %, not bad. 3 good pieces of news. 1, this place also offered burgers, and there was a place Jack could be out of the sun, so I got one. 2, there's a bike path from here on out all the way to the next town, which is like 10 miles away, but it's a nice bike path that's paved, which means pushing the cart's not so difficult as it would be on gravel. And 3, there's a little sleeping hut about 5 miles down the road, which was enough progress that I'd be happy with. And this one is supposed to have power outlets, drinking water, a bathroom, and it's right on a peninsula on a lake, so the views will be nice. It's like they got 180 kilometers worth of agricultural trail all throughout these lakes. This guy right here has got some sweet property. That ball is Jack's favorite toy. We got it for him. They just had like a pile of free toys at the shelter when I adopted him. We've had it ever since then. And boy, does he love this ball. He loves to try to rip it out of your hands successfully. Ow! Because he's very strong now. Who's a good boy? Did you find your ball? These woods are just unbelievably perfect. They're so pretty. There's even old stone walls in the back right around here, running along from bygone eras when these were farmed, and the ground is, just look at that sunlight coming in. It's perfect. I can't get over them. It's so hard to walk because you're just like, what fairy tale am I in? This is a pretty tempting spot to camp. I mean, look at that. I don't think I'd want to swim in that water. There's a lot of lily pads, which would be slimy. Unfortunately, I've only done 13 miles, and I just really need to stop doing that. Only walking 13 miles a day, or else I'm going to spend the rest of my life walking across Europe. And that's expensive. 2 days in a row that a passerby has invited us to just come and chat and have a cup of water or whatever. They say cup of tea. I'm not a really big tea guy. I only really like sugary drinks. Her name's Elizabeth. She lives just at the head. She saw the sign, pulled over, and wanted to learn a little bit more about what was going on. And then she asked if we just would want to stop on by and just chat for a little bit. And I said, of course. Also, look at this. This guy is a train enthusiast. So you see the train tracks coming out from his little house, then running all through his property. Got a model thing right there. I think it actually functions. Obviously, it's a small scale train track, but that is really neat.
Sorry, would you like...
Is that yummy?
Oh, it's my...
Goodbye, bye.
Bye-bye. Lucas, right?
Yeah, Lucas.
Hi, Lucas. Stay.
I'm gonna put him.
All right. The shelter we were planning on sleeping in, which I was excited about just because of how nice it was, is actually just across the road. We went the same distance either way, but she did offer to let us sleep in their living room. I think she wins an award for being the first person I've run into in Europe who literally just saw me, invited me in, and then offered me a room to stay. I've stayed in 5 or 6 homes in Sweden/Norway so far, or Finland. But all the other ones I think had saw me ahead of time on Facebook or some sort of social media, and then felt comfortable because they knew what I was doing. She only saw me by I was crossing the road where she was going to turn, and she hopped out of her car when she saw the sign. Elizabeth. I'm going to stay in their living room tonight, so we're done for the day. I don't know what's housed inside the structure. Obviously, they got some just spare lumber up here. But look at the supports. They're all natural stones. They look like granite. That is really cool. I'm just burning off a little steam with Jack. You might be like, oh, didn't you walk 15 miles today? Yep. He's still got energy to spare, because that's just how he be. Look at how good he's doing at this one trick. I'm going to show you his one trick. Or not one trick. He's got lots of tricks, but he's good at this one thing. Hey, come here. Bring your frisbee. Frisbee. Sit. Down. Stay. Stay. Okay. Isn't he so good? That's what I call a good boy. That's a good boy. Dang, dogs get thirsty. They were nice enough to set out a bowl for him.